froggy.
What line do you cross? Where's your line? Whose line is it anyway? Peekaboo! I see you! I see you. I do. Peekaboo. Alright, so where are we going? Hello, great day, Christina! The well of love! Welcome, love. Well comes to you with love. Yes. Yes! Yes! Alright. Let's get left. Timothy, I told you, no more rights. Left. Because the more lefts we get, the quicker we can get to, well, something better. Because it's sucky out here. It is. It's smoky. Do you see the smoke, Christina?
Yeah.
Wow, there's some atmosphere in there. That's some kind of atmospheric pressure, it sure is. How's your day going to Christina?
Well, I was wondering, you said peekaboo.
Yeah, I did. Peekaboo.
So what's up?
Peekaboo, I see you.
See?
I see you. Isn't that where you go when you get injured? Or you get fixed. I see you, you get fixed. I see you and you get fixed. Or I see you and you get an ivy. Well, that's another kind of ivy. Wow, okay, yeah, so there's two kinds of ivies. There's a green ivy. There's this kind of ivy, and it's got grapes on it too. They're down here somewhere. We'll find them, because that's all part of it, right? And so we can't squish everything yet. Okay, so because they sacrifice, and so we all sacrifice a little bit each day. We do. And this guy sacrificed too, and it came from a branch, it did, but it's still something separate from the branch, and it still holds its energy in its own green for a certain amount of time, and as long as I hold it, it'll stay green. But as soon as I let it go to the side, it'll turn brown. It'll turn like, this dead branch right here, see that one? That's where you're at. You're at the X. The Y. In fact, speaking of the X, because I don't want to forget, Elon, okay, that character there, he just named Twitter X. I wonder why. Well, maybe I got some kind of clue. Peekaboo. All right, so I'm here, and that's a scary thing. That is a very scary thing, and I have the O. I have the well. I have more than an X because I cover everything. Because I'm in the center. I got the O. And so the X, right? The X is great and all, but that's just kind of a slide or a staircase. And so sometimes you slide down to hell and you climb your way back up through Jacob's ladder to get back up to the other side, because you slid down here. You're down here with the dogs. The dogs are down here, and you were supposed to be up here, right? I gotta bend down because you're down so low. You were supposed to be up here, and you were supposed to look like a precious little well. You were, and you were supposed to get all kinds of information. Well, you don't know. And so this thing here, these two used to go together. You know how that works, right? You put something straight inside a hole and you rub the walls and you get some kind of friction, right? Well, that's what was supposed to happen in your discovery of your life. And you were supposed to hoop the hole. And you were supposed to get information back and forth, because you need that friction so you can find your mind. You got it. You're down here, you're programmer, right? These are hanging from your ears now, because that's telling you your height. And some of you got them right here. And some of them, that's all right, I guess, if you want a hole in your chin, but there's nothing going to understand anything in the chin, no, because that's the well of the mouth. That goes to the digestive tract, and so whatever comes out of here, it came from the sewer. And so that's why you should watch your words, and that's why you shouldn't listen to other sewers. So maybe you shouldn't listen to me. Maybe it's not the thing for you, but I've cleaned out my sewer. It's all over the earth. And we're gonna consume whatever is not very good, and that's how I get rid of it, right? I put it back in the box. And so we want to be silly, though. We want to be free of fear. This is about KOKO, the Coco, the double KOKO, right? Knockout, the cook, the coke, the kook. All right, and then you are Team Cocoa, and so we are the Cocoa Krispies, right? Yes, no, not right, left. So as Krispies and Cocos, well, we go together, we make some delicious treat, and some of you are yellow, and some of you are brown, and some of you are green. Well, I hope you're not too green, but that comes from the liver, and those are those green people down there, and they only eat peas, they do. But anyway, or is it green beans, dear? I don't remember. They like them long and strong, I suppose. And so the liver people. And so, well, you haven't met them yet. They've been gone for a long time because they stay where they belong. They stay in the liver, right? And the rest of you, well, you're different parts of the organ, of the body, of the interior, because your organs are all different colors, you know. And so you guys are all different colors, and well, and you all come into the world in different seasons, right? You have seasons, you have 12 months, you have 12 spokes on the wagon wheel, or maybe there's 8, or maybe there's 16. We'll have to look at that, okay? And so there's different seasons, and well, you have 3 seasons to live. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, you're out, 9 innings. And so we're at the 9th inning now, and we've already done strike 1 and strike 2. And strike 3, well, that is to see which direction you're going to go, if you're going to be consumed or if you're going to be taken above. And well, we want to take you above, but you have to find a neutral line. You have to be the puddle on the table so I can kick up the right side just a half an inch so I can roll you into the drain of the mind. Good day. Welcome to the show. This is the verse you've all been waiting for. The bridge from 7 to 2, from 7 desire to 2, which is a grand new vision. It is. And so that's what we do. We're the is, the ISSI, the ISSI, the ISS, the ISIS, the ISIS, the OSIS, the OASIS, the wow, well, the mom, the how cow, the brown cow, the fat her, the father, which you all desire, but you're looking for me, but you're looking for her, but you don't know what you're looking for. You're looking to get the hell out of this mess. You're in a mess. And well, their mess is a reflection of my outside appearance, and I am your computer screen. I am the reflection of the earth, and I am the keyboard to the earth. And well, through me goes everything, and through my visual body, well, that represents how well or how bad you're doing. Well, it's you to decide. How well are we doing? Supposed to be deciding how well they're doing, if my appearance seems to be acceptable to them, or if it could do some improvement. Because it takes them to improve the world to improve my appearance. The shape of the world shapes my body, and the shape of my body shapes the world, and what I do inside this body, well, it affects the world. What you call the planets above are all inside me. And you don't have any concept of that. And that's all right, because you don't even have to know that. You just have to find love. And love will lead you across the table.
Oh, shoot.
It will. It's just love. And you just have to be love positive 1. You can't be love positive negative, because that means you go to the other side of the table. You use your glass top table out in the backyard there, and you get some water on there, and you spill it out. Well, it'll just spread out on the table. That's even. That's level. That goes to wherever the table leans to, right? But most of it's level. And so we want to kick that right side up so you can drain, because we're trying to get you to the hole in the center of the table where you put your umbrella. Yes? No, we don't want to get you. We don't want to take you to the center, because that's where they're taking you. Because the center of their hole is a black hole, right? Mouth to butt, mouth to butt, mouth to butt. That's where it goes. We want to take you over here, and that's the edge of the table. Because off the edge of the table, you'll jump into a whole new world. Because you're not stuck on the table anymore. You got everything outside of the table, which you've never even thought of. And that's where you should want to go, because then you stay with the body. They're going over here. This is metaverse. This is where they put it. That's where they put metaverse. Yay me. So we're here having fun, And while I don't want to be all pouty and shouty and all that kind of stuff, I like to have a good time. I like to have a good time.
I think we're gonna.
Because that's what life is about. It's about reproduction, it's about a good time, and it's about, well, knocking down the darn walls. Because they put up so many walls, you don't know what direction is correct or incorrect. You are following things that you don't believe in, but you do it because, well, it's required for some reason, because that's some kind of dumb freedom, wherever you are. I don't know, because the dogs, see up here, this is the world of the gods, and this is the world of the dogs, and if the gods are up here, and the dogs are down here, but the dogs are the ones that, well, you're picking up their desire, you're picking up their tutu, right? You're the one picking up their poo-poo, right? Well, if they were picking up your poo-poo, then maybe they would be the gods and you would be the dogs. So I don't know, maybe you should look at that. Who's picking up the poo? Because whoever's picking up the poo is lower than the one leaving the poo. And I picked up the poo. I've been in the undergrounds of the wells, of the sewers of the cities. I've been many places. I did many things. I did some spectacular things that no one else has done and no one is aware of. And well, that's quite all right. But you know, I do my things around the corners, and I'm watching every single day. I've been watching, well, always, but this vessel's been here since 1972, so I've seen quite a lot. And well, I've matured now, and well, I'm cracking open my coconut, and I'm going to share it with you, because I've been holding my tongue for quite some time, because well, the alignments weren't correct yet, and you don't understand that, and that's quite all right. This is quite sensational and unamazing, or maybe it's amazing to you, but it doesn't look like much. It's all black and white, right? But that's where the world lies, is in the black and the white. The color is both all spectrums in either black or white. And so, but one is darkness and one is light, and you live in darkness and you don't even have any idea, because you think that reflection up there, that third eye of mine, well, that's being reflected from the other end of this tube here. It sure is. It's coming out of here. It's just like this. And then there's another one coming out of the back of my head, and that'll create a heart, and that'll go up that direction. And those people will have to go on another direction than what you're going, because the ones that are here are going up, and the ones that are, well, and the ones that are bad here, well, they're coming down with you, and you guys are going to switch places. But we're going to sift the boat, because both this world and this world, or this world and this world, or this world and this world, are the same, except one of the worlds is standing upside down on their heads, and it's the world that you're in, because that's why I'm here. These ones here, well, I'm also talking to them, and I'm over there, and I've got them doing some opposite things, because they got to come down to the level line. They're up here, and you're down here, because that makes one line of the X, and over time, you're supposed to climb up and down that X, right, Mr. Twitter? And so here we go, and so we are circling the O here. We are going left around the cattle pen. We are, because we're going to come out of this, because, well, you're supposed to go here, and while you're not in that flow, you're down here. You can't make that figure eight. So they stuck you in the side of the head so you couldn't get out of here, but then you're still here. It doesn't make any sense, does it? You don't understand that a bit. We'll get to that. You don't have to know any of this stuff, but most people are curious, and they want to know why they're interested in something. And they want to know why the cat is the cat and the dog is the dog, and why a dog is named the same thing as God. Because you're both gods, and you're a dog and you're a god, and you don't know which one is which, and you don't know why. They're both spelled the same as forwards and backwards. Well, in this world it's forwards, but in the other world it's backwards. In the other world you're dog. Here it's God. They're God in the other world, and they're dog here. It's a reverse. It's the mirror. The mirror. The mirror is everything. 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 I can't express it enough. Everything's the mirror. Everything's your reflection. That's why these were developed. These are Ouija boards. These are crystal glasses. These are looking balls. These are the globe. This is all you need. You just need this, and have this focus, and get it in Huey sync, And you can see without seeing. Your eyes will become glowing orbs from the inside, and your hands put like this. Well, you'll start to see your own movie screen, and then you'll be able to tell everything just from this position here. You don't need any devices, but your machinery is broken. So we have to use this because I was above, and I had to come down here, and I had to pick the lowest body there was and find someone in the lowest position to bring them up into the highest realm who could keep their love the whole time they were beaten down, and who could find themselves and hold them up and come into that body so I can show you how it's done. And now I'm yelling again, and I apologize for that, and I'll settle down, but I like to throw a lot of lightning around. I do. I'm a little razory sharp. I'm very sharp. I am. I'm a very sharp sword. All right. Left, left, left. Excuse me. Oh. Let's get off that subject anyway. I don't like talking like that. I don't. Gets me all worked up.
Yeah, makes you all preachy and stuff.
I don't like to be preachy. I don't like to be uptight. And I don't like to yell, but it does sound good sometimes. It does. It's got its place, right, Mom, Dad? Are there any of those left, or is all the children running the zoo? All right, what's going on in the world? So Twitter changed their name to X because, well, we're at I'm here, and so that makes sense, yes. And so the events in the world, they are precautionarily looking like they're for other reasons, something outside of yourself, yes, no? And so they've got you in some kind of centipede operation where you guys just keep continuing to go. I gotta find my ink pen. Here it is. I got it. It was in the well, and everything falls into the well. It does. Oh, so someone's gonna get a meteor now. Sorry. That's what happens when I drop things on myself. Okay. Well, that's how it works.
They made a movie called Human Centipede where people were sewed together. Mouth, butt, all that.
That's the world you live in.
Oh,
Those things are there, and you're supposed to decipher them. They didn't have any of their own original ideas. I gave them all of it. And then I watch how you, like a plant, like a vine, like a tree, I watch how you decide to separate your lives from one generation to the next, and you slowly change over time through your nuts, where they at? There's your nuts. They're hanging from a tree. And so the lower nuts are higher than the higher nuts, if you know what I mean. Good day, Christina. What's on your mind?
I was just thinking how sorry, I got caught up in my imagination about how everything looks the same. Like all these cars and plants. Sometimes
I'm watching right now. I'm watching what everyone's doing. I see people going down the road. They'll honk their horn. They won't touch their brake, not at all. No, in fact, they'll hit the gas pedal harder. And they come 60 mile an hour like no one's going to jump out in front of them. They own the road. Yes, they are. They're not even supposed to be in chariots. You're supposed to be walking on your toes. You're supposed to be treading lightly here. And while you've done raised yourself all the way up to my upper cranium. That's what that word's about. That's about the cranium. That's about separating you from me. And you can't hear me because you have headphones on. You have all kinds of things going on. You do. You've turned into cyborgs. You got this damn shit. Oh yeah, Paul. Yeah, did you rob Peter? Is Peter a stone? What's going on here, Paul? Paul, what did Rome say, Paul? Oh, did you talk to the king yet? What did James say? Does he have any idea, Mr. Amos there? Does he have any clue? No, he used to have a clue, but now he's kind of transparent. Well, that makes sense. Oh, they appreciate that. All right. Right on. Nope, left, left, left. Okay, we'll talk to you next round. Yeah.
Yeah, try explaining this stuff in less than 5 minutes in a phone call.
It's kind of like a campfire thing. You kind of have to do it like you would around a campfire where people aren't going to just run in and out. They can listen to whatever they want, and they'll pick up some things, and they'll get a clue from their friend over on the other. But, it's all it is. It's a campfire song. It's a verse. The verse is that which, that's the verse. It's spelled out on your faces. And you look at it in the mirror every day when you put on your lipstick and your eyeliner, and you don't see anything special there, and that's why you cover it up. You have little factories, little people just like you people out here that are walking around inside your vessels doing the same things. Well, hopefully not the same things. Hopefully they haven't made it to that position in your body yet. It depends on how far you fell from the tree and when you were created. And so I know your position, and I know how far you can fly or not.
Fly?
Yeah, fly. And so you say what you want, and you do what you do, and we'll see who shadows out at the end or two. Baby love, my darling, my doe, my dear, my big ear. Okay, so the alphabet, you got that covered? Alphabets, what is an alphabet? An alpha is something that's, usually big and strong. Yes, maybe, yes, no. And a bit, that's like a brick, right? You put a brick in, you start with 1 brick, and then you add 2 more, that gives you 3 bricks. And those 3 bricks, they start to lead to the manifestation of that wall, yes? And so, those 2 and 3 bricks, they come together you can stack more now because you've started something, and you can't quit till break time at 9:15, right? And so 9:15, what is that? That's a 9, and that's a 1 plus 5, and that's a 6. So that's a, wow! That's a 96 or a 69. That's that's 2 zeros and a 1 stick. It sure is. And so how you look at things, you don't have a clue. Everything comes from, 2 O's and 3 sticks. 2 woes and 3 sticks.
See, I still don't understand all that.
You don't understand that.
That's okay.
It's the cross. It's the cross everyone has around their neck.
You know what?
I'll show you.
I'll just keep watching.
I'll show you. Here's your O's. I can't see anything. There we go. I can see now. Okay. Because you have to adjust your focus. What you have in your O's, because everything in the world is up here. It's inside you. It's not out here. But you get the experience out here because, we built you that way.
So what? Is it like 0 and 1?
The computer, yes. Thank you, Christina. She's learning. She is understanding. This is fantastic. Finally! Ah! And that's how the worlds are 8. Only I inhale instead of exhale. And that becomes the Matterhorn. It matters because it's the horn. Oh! And so everything that falls down into that black hole, you can see light right now because it's still not closed. And so we're heading towards the Matterhorn, right? And so we need to climb you up here. We got to get you away from the mouth because those of you that have fallen down here, because you live from the mouth, you regurgitate everything out of the sewer because the inside of the body is the sewer. The mouth leads to the butt. And so that stuff sometimes climbs up out of there because it don't like it down there. It's got diverticulitis and whatever else is going on. Some cottage cheese over here and some chicken wings over there and some buffalo leftovers and some mantellopes. I don't know, some cantaloupes. Occasionally there's a few cantaloupes, I suppose.
Mental loaf?
A mental loaf. Yeah.
I'm going by the government.
right, so I have two wells because I have two eyeballs, and while birds look this way, and while you look this way, and so when you put both visions together, well, they both come together, and there's a line in the center. There's a C to the left or a C to the right, and well, that depends on how strong your vision is on the left side or the right side. Which one is your stronger vision, and that one will take over. But if you can focus both of your eyes right down the center of the barrels, the 12 gun gauge hollow shotgun barrels, right? And so if you can do that, if you can focus it perfectly, well, you'll see a dividing point in the center there, and you'll see it divide from both directions, and well, you'll have the vesica Pisces, and you'll be able to see a center vision, one that combines both these visions, because this is an outward expansive vision, and this is an inward compressive vision. So it's all the stuff is going from the outside and sucking inward. This is the in drain, and this is the outward flow. And so this is going into the sewer, and this is coming out of the sewer. Because everything in you is nasty. You destroyed it. Well, we can fix it. It's not over. Only certain parts are over, because the other earth is precious and it's clean. You can drink right from the river, from the creeks. There's no refrigerators in it, right? And so left. And so we go through life with our O's, and we have no direction of what. And so you have these different animals in the world. Those lizards that can go like this and that and the other. Well, they're seeing all these They're seeing just a vision inside of their tube. And you're all seeing tube vision. Telephone, teletube, telefriend, teletubby, right? And left. What?
Time for give me that. Time for Teletubbies. Time for Teletubbies.
Yay! Okay, and KO. And so you gotta put your focus together, but we gotta focus this way. Because we need to bring them together. Because you're over here. This one's up here like this. It's looking, it sees everything. And this one's like, oh, look at that. There's oil and stuff. What is that? That's all interesting. Oh, byproducts and oh yeah, plastic trash. Oh yeah, decomposition. Oh, we like that. Oh, let's get to. Oh yes. Oh, let's charge for that. Yeah. Oh, look at them rocks over there. You got all that going on, and you got nothing up here looking this way. So I don't know how you're going to find this bridge that way. There's some of you out there. There's some very good ones out there. Very, very special ones. But they're quiet, and they're hiding. They're keeping to themselves because you've all been so rotten to everybody. They don't dare go out. It's a nightmare out there. And sometimes I got to look twice. To the left, Very good, my love. Nice play up. Nice combination of music and texture of voice. So this is the Hulk, this is the happy you, the loving kindness. And you remember the Jolly Green Giant, which they putrefied that too, right? And they turned it into something that's not. And so, it was about a man who was lonely on the road, and no one would accept him for where he was, and they couldn't keep from pissing him off, and so he'd get all courageous, and he'd tear things up, and then he'd feel bad about it again after he lost all his clothes, and then he started all over again, and he repeated and went over and over and over, and he never really found his heart. It was stuck somewhere between fear and rage. And so now we have to bring the fear and the rage together. We have to combine David Banner and the Hulk into some in-between X-Man, something that can, at least fly across the bridge if you can. But otherwise, we'll put you in a wheelbarrow, but you got to be willing to come. And I don't mean, huh? Yeah, there's a lot of people that are willing to carry the cross.
Excuse me, I don't know where I'm at right now. Pardon me. Everybody got their grapes on? Anyone?
I was trying to put it up there.
You know, I'd rather have a different kind of finger on the ring.
What is that? Is that oh, that worm fell off the hook. It sure did. That worm is circular, isn't it? It's kind of like a paper towel roll, but it moves around a little more. Oh, that's the wrong way. It sure is. So you put a hoop on the hook, and then you catch from the mother. You do.
You didn't catch none of that. What are you talking about?
No, I didn't hear anything you said.
No, you didn't hear anything I said.
I apologize.
About the ring and the finger, and which finger I left the ring on. Which ring?
What are we talking about? What ring?
That you were hooking on your nose. Right? That's what you were hooking on your nose. Bye. Fine. Be your old corny self.
My heart's with you. What would you? Oh, it's over here. What would you like, my love? What did you want to say about the ring? Would you like to wear the ring?
I told you, I don't like that kind of ring.
This is
I like the ring to be different.
the
The
trap.
finger the same,
Well, it's not.
but the ring different.
It's not a trap, but it shows ownership, right? Because you plug the hole. Whoever plugs the hole owns the hole. And so in life, you're plugging the hole with the pin all the time. You put your X on the line.
Right? But I like a different kind of ring.
Oh. Spit it out.
It's in the oil here, you guess it is. I guess it would be considered as a portal. Natalie's portal. Oh, the ring. Natalie's portal. Hello.
Hello. Halo.
The ring is different. Right?
Yes.
The finger should be on a different kind of ring.
Okay. Well, continue with your story. Let's spit it out. What are you hiding behind the bush for? Speak up!
Get friendly. Go friendly, man.
Oh, yeah, the bark. Yes, we all like to rub the barks. Yes, absolutely. We like the bark rubbed on the bush. We sure do. And so when we get a barking bush, watch out, because there's some trial to do. Yay. Ooh, hot.
Man, I get in trouble. I get straight for I might say what
All right, so that's fun. Okay, KO. Left, left, left. You know. You watch a Yellow Brick Road and all, and Golden Pistols. No, Ross. Kissinger. Rose Kissinger, someone kissed the kitchen. What is going on? There's some kind of catastrophe going on in the world. There's a fight for the cranium. There is. And well, there's a eastern half and a western half. And from this perspective, one looks like the other. Well, because they're mirroring each other. And so one is looking good and the other is looking good, and they're both looking bad at the same time. And well, you are all stuck in the middle. You sure are. And so, oh my goodness, that's quite a pace I have to keep up with. I was going to smoke a cigarette and chew back a little liquor. No, I don't drink at all, because you know why? That makes me weak, because that's full of spirits from underneath. And well, those are roots, and those roots don't, well, they haven't made it to the surface yet, right? And so left. And so what happens is, well, those things that are from below the ground, well, they are less than the above the ground. But then sometimes, like, you're hanging upside down, so if you go inside, well, sometimes things seem a little better, but they're not. No, because the best things are on the in-between, where you live, right there at the bed of heaven, and you started in the navel, in the yellow sun world, and you have progressed through time, and along the X line, and you are the X-men and women, and you have fallen down now to the, well, Mars. You are down in the lower groin. But you were always there. You're down in the foot, you know. There's a left foot world and a right foot world. And while I sit on both of you, and my feet are terrible. They look like crap. My toenails are going in opposite directions. These toenails are going to the right, and these are going to the left. And the big toe and all, because you guys are in. We got to get you even. My toenails need to grow straight before we can cross the bridge. Huh?
Mine too.
Right? Everyone's going right, and left. Well, I got them going on the other side of the mirror. I've got them going right. I'm like, come on, red horse, right over here. I'm like, green horse, you know, right? And so I got to work both sides here, and everyone thinks I'm just do. So there's time. I need to complete my acceptance of my mind. And that's progressing as your North Pole. And that North, when it becomes the Z, watch out, because you have never seen before. There's no stopping it. No, there's not. No matter how many CERNs you think you have, there's nothing else. That one you fear is coming. It's already been here. It's been wearing the red coats. Everything in your world is, they've shown you the story, but they have put their spell in there. They have made everything to the right. And the things that then they confuse you sometimes. You have to know why, the reason of the right and the left. And the bats hanging from the ceiling are your clue. They hang from the ceiling, and they're blind in this world because they don't have the vision, because they see from heaven. We'll call it heaven because it is higher than you. And well, it's over here. It's right here. It's in the glow. This is heaven. These are the spirits that are waiting to accept you. Okay, and so the blind man, where would I go with the blind man? He's always getting lost. The bats, we'll get to the blind man. We'll go back to the bats. That's baseball. Yay, apple pie. Right, because the apple of the eye, it's something entirely. I confuse people sometimes because I know what I'm talking about, and it seems simple enough to me because I'm in the second grade now. You know what it's like when you're a second grader, and well, you got to go down there to Mrs. Cookie's class there, and you got to talk to the little children there, the kindergartners, and you got to read them a book about, well, Mr. Cat in the Hat. You sure do. And well, they don't understand a word I'm saying. They just they laugh when I laugh, and that's okay too. But well, you know, okay, so let's do that. Hi, Christina. Okay, we were talking about blind people, okay, because they get lost, and you gotta have beepers and like they don't know where they're. The blind people have got sight, and you are trying to putrefy them. You're trying to give them some computer vision. You're trying to give them some dirty light, and I'll explain why. Okay, so where were we? That's what we need. We do. We need a cigarette. And so there was something else that was blind. It's my mind, apparently. But no, I remembered. I do. I remember it now. The three blind mice. So the bats you see, my dear, my darling, they hang from the ceiling because they remember that they're upside down and, well, they're in the upside down world, the well of, well, and they know they'll fall from here and go further down into the well, and they don't want to go out the sphincter, my dear. And so now we have to make it clear, and the reason they don't see here is because they see there and over there. Well, they can do everything from the floor. They stand upright and they have a vision that they can see oh so well. And so when I walked through the woods and I put the mud into the man's eyes, and then I told him to not wash it out, well, that was to make his eyes dirty so he could see from this world. And so what I gave him wasn't so much through his mouth, but through his ears. And so to putrefy the mind is to give vision in this world, and to cover up the eyes, well, then that which is blind is much higher than you, and you should be taking care of them and being appropriate with them, because they have a vision that you have no clue of. You're seeing two-headed people in half a body, right? And yes and no, and left, and here we go. Well, those people, they fell in between the wagon wheel. They fell right on the spoke itself. And so half of them is here and half of them is there. And well, there's four halves of them. They become one of those things that are very treasured and very, very seldom found. And that is a four-leaf clover. It is. And that's, well, that's a special time and that's a special thing. And well, we should be treating those people with some kind of special care. We shouldn't be trying to divide their bodies or their minds, because they were built that way. And well, they know how to accept each other just the way they are. And those of you who have one color over the other, well, you have no clue at all. Those colors represent the same thing as they do on the tree every single fall. And so some fall and they come in the early spring, and some come throughout the summer, and some come close to the end of the season, and well, they don't live so long after all. And well, they all come in as just different shades of the green, depending on how the glow of the mind is working above you, which is a reflection through the porthole of the tube, you know. And so Natalie Portman was trying to explain something to you, and you guys all just laughed and looked at it and go, goo goo. So here we are now, Tuesday evening, 6:51 at my time. What is it in the world? The world says it's 6:58 their time. And so there is well, that is not very good, because they're increasing the time dramatically, and they're increasing the frequency of the atmosphere. And so those people who race around this and that, well, they're the ones who are already in second gear with the metaverse. They are trying, because there's a time difference there. There's a time delay from, well, it's an increase in time from here and there. Because they're going into a different black hole. They're going, well, it's in between. They found a way to hold the hole. And they want to hold the hole right before the end. And, well, they want to try to climb and expand just before. They want to live just above the black hole. So any mistake they make will be me removing the spot on my face. I'll just create more souls. I know how it's done. I spread them around like raindrops. I do it for fun. I enjoy them very much, though. I like to watch them grow on their own. Like tomato plants. If you let them go, well, they'll just smother themselves. They'll climb all over themselves, and the inside won't get any sun, and they'll turn yellow. And well, you get your different shades of people then. And so some people are in the sun and some people are in the shade, and while you go throughout life, and while you live this life this way and another life another way, and well, if you don't do anything too awfully wrong, well, you won't go get stuck in the soil, but then you put everyone in boxes, didn't you? And so they couldn't, their body couldn't leave this world, so they kind of got stuck here, didn't? That's your fault. You put them in boxes. And what happens when you put something in a cocoon? Well, it stays there and it develops until that cocoon breaks open again. It sure does. And well, eventually them bodies, well, they don't really rot. They just kind of sit there and fester, right? And that's some kind of miserable existence. And so how we eliminate that? Well, we come along with the black hole, or you call the mouth, and well, every now and then we suck everything up and we devour it and give it new operations to get it to life again, because then we throw it back into the world, what you call the Marianas Trench, and that is the butthole or the entrance. That is the womb of the world. That is, well, the pretty areas of the mother. And she births new earth, well, which is old spirits that didn't make it from before. And that's where you end up, and that's what those things are down there. And they're really close to the mother, and they stay and live on her for a very long time. And, well, that is a nice existence, it is. And, well, you learn a lot of things, but you start over. You're brand new. It's a brand new, well, it's one of these. It's got a new label, and you like labels. Yes, because we got a lot of teaching to do, and we got 4 different worlds to explain, and we got so much more. I got rulers here now. I got a pink one. Well, I guess it's a magenta, and a blue one, and a green one, and well, they're all transparent because you can see through there somehow. And there's some kind of vinyl case. Oh, this is some kind of protective wrap to keep it from getting lost or found. I don't know. Oh, there's your number right there. That's what they put across your eyes. They sure did. That's that one right there. You're some kind of cyborg in disguise. So I'm the Timothy, the who,
Christina.
and the Christina, the T, the H, the E. That equals 6. That equals the well, the T, the H, the E, the E. Well, that equals 11, and that equals vision. And so whether you use the or the, well, that makes a difference, because the, well, you get a lot of things after the because after the, well, there's a well there, and things come out of the well, things come out of the hole, things come out of the cups. And what comes out of the cups is, well, a whole new something or other, because it didn't exist until you created the spell. You wrote it down, or you typed it in, or you thought about the numbers in your head, the letters, the shapes, it all matters. Everything's matter. Everything is alive. Everything is conscious. Nothing is different from your texture of feeling and understanding than the broke up wooden bark chip out there next to the pine tree with all the knowledge. Well, no, there's no difference. It's the same consciousness. It just depends on how many records it's been able to keep along its way before it was, well, put back to fire. And so fire is new spirit, and water is those which fall from heaven or fall back in. They lost their way, and those spirits, well, they found some kind of cocoon to go in, and everyone finds a cocoon because that's how the butterflies do it. Because you got to start from a worm before you can fly, and when you're done flying, well, your worm falls back down into the zoo. So this body starts out, well, it starts out as a little sperm, but it divides from the mother into the 2 worlds, and it becomes 4 and divides into 4, and it starts to fly a little bit. There's the 4 cells will wrap themselves around that center spot. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have the 5th element in the center, and that is your daddy's spark. It sure is, and that is that which comes from him and her, and that is 72,000. And the other 72,000 come from the mother divided into 4. And so depending on what nut you came from, well, the left or the right, and what branch inside that nut, because there's a left and a right, just like on a tree, it copies you and me. And well, that decides what kind of flavor we get out of the spirit. And then you were supposed to incarcerate that spirit with some kind of very happy and captivating, beautiful ideas and inspirational ideas, and not turn it into some kind of slave or cyborg organic creation. That's what you've done.
You need to tone it down just a little.
Who, me?
No.
Oh. I'm like, what? Who you talking to, Wills?
Contemplate.
Wellis?
Ask their questions.
Wellian.
But the problem is
Wellington.
that they don't want to listen to
I remember you,
anybody else.
Wellington. James Wellington. Very good day, sir. I enjoyed having your conversations with you. You know, I haven't thought about you in quite some time, but very well, sir. I miss you, and I hope you're doing well. Very good. I haven't heard nothing. I hear it okay. That's from the spirit world.
Okay, left.
And what is the spirit? Christina, what is the spirit?
The spirit is within you. It's the drive that the frequency of the energy that you're riding on in that particular moment anymore because it's not on a certain frequency. Meanwhile, there's other people on that frequency in a different world, in a different time of yesteryear. So they can still hear in the ether, but it comes out in different ways. Yeah. Within the carol, the beat, the heartbeat of Mother Earth reflects everything that it sees. Why? Because it's made of water. And water does have memory, and it does hold memory. And if you do your research and do your experiments and you keep working on it, then you'll find out that that is so. And that is all that they're doing, is creating off of you and stealing your ideas over and over and over again to create this mess. But if you change that frequency, the mess starts to become gold.
Lead. Because gold will turn to lead.
It's time, it's Tim.
And lead will
it's
turn to
time.
gold. And that's how you fix that
Tim
problem.
is who it's chosen, and that's its time. I've seen it, I witnessed it in Dansville on the latitude line of hell. I know what I've seen, I know what I heard, I know what I felt, and it was all recorded. And if you don't feel like watching them, then I guess you're missing out. Because I'm going home, and home is where your heart is, and that's all I know. That's the only thing that's been ringing out to me in my mind since I was a child. Home is where the heart is. My heart is with my Maker, the one who brought me here to begin with, which is my parents, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents, and that is the all, baby. That is everyone's eyes who see, every Native American, every African American who has suffered has seen this. The meek shall inherit the earth. Period.
The meek. The palms.
Excuse me, because my cigarette keeps burning out because I'm slowing down
The
time.
pinkies
Thank
are
you.
always connected. The pinkies are the in-between, the basket, the mother's womb, the hands where the two pinkies come together. That is the entire world. That is the ocean floor which you walk upon. Well, you don't walk there and you don't swim there, and you're separated because the ocean bottom is closer to heaven than up there. But you don't understand that, so we call it up there because it's hard to conceptualize. Because you're really bent over here, and we got to get you up somewhere up here. Now, some people already understand what I'm saying, or they're even further advanced. And kudos to you. Right on. Good job. Several of you out there, and I want to make special occasions to say hello and thank you to you all. Because I've been watching Bro Sanchez. You've been doing quite a nice job, but you've got quite a bit figured out. You do. I'll give you that. And well, I like your music too, so I'll give you all that. And great, good job, and very well. And keep sharing, and well, get those other people involved because that stuff's very important. I'm glad you got a community of some really intelligent people with you, and others say, well, they're kind of boxes of rocks, but you know, they all need to be dragged along, so I appreciate that because I need a lot of help, and there's not too many people out there talking also well about any of this. No, So thank you. Very good. Very nice, and I accept that. I like that. It's a very good start. It very is. And you got quite a bit. Well, you're going good. I'll just say that. I don't know. I'll just stop now. Good people. Just too many to mention, and as I run across them in my mind, I'll spit them out. You know, there's I always like to spit this one out. He's really sacrificed a lot. He sure has. Our favorite radiation man. So poor guy, old leukemia and all.
I work with one every day that waves at me. It makes that wave.
Tin cans
that
and all.
energy that lies.
We see you. I see you. I watch you, my friend, my darling, my dear. I do. We hear you. We see your acceptance of all, but you have to still walk the line. You have to get rid of the anger, my love. You've done well. Those things will take care. I will take care of those things, but we have to get to a center point. We have to climb out of that anger in our hearts. We can't be angry at other people. They're doing that intentionally to cause you, well, so you can't get across the table. And well, that's up to you. And well, it's very hard to do in this world. I have trouble some days. So you're going to have a lot of trouble. And hopefully I can bring you a little bit of enlightenment, a little bit of happiness, a little bit something to laugh at. Laugh at me. Laugh! Because that'll bring you there. The laughter will bring you there. The sexual desire of your partner will bring you there. And well, we can't. You're supposed to choose a partner. You're supposed to find your. See, you're supposed to live where you were born. Yes. Right? I mean, you're not supposed to be in vehicles and airplanes and all that. You were born for the organ that you were born in. You're hot? Are you bothered by it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just going along with your speech there. Because we don't belong in here. I should have my studio. I should be jamming it up. But unfortunately, I have to take off.
Talk about?
I don't know.
It's pretty smoky out there.
Well, I can talk about your show a little.
Sure thing.
I like that you put in the videos and you explain what we can see. And those little shorties that you do and you play the music
Sparks,
in the
little spark
background.
plugs they are. That's all they are, spark plugs.
And then you talk
Just to
about
get-
what it
What was
is
that?
you're seeing. That Timothy sees. You express what Timothy
I see so much more, but it's such a simple. I need. Well,
But you kind of express that in the words that society has used
thank
to
you.
express themselves. You know, with Elvis,
Oh,
Def
Elvis.
Leppard.
The elves, right? The elves. The Elvis scene, the Elvis time of the year. Back in that season when Elvis Presley grew and he grew you all out of the church. He sure did. He brought you into a drought. He sold you sex and some kind of rock and roll freedom, yes. And he dragged the simple and pure in heart out of mom and dad. But that wasn't exactly the best environment for them anyway. They needed some freedom. They did. And the other uptightness, that wasn't exactly necessary because something got skewed along the way. So that wasn't supposed to be like that either. But there was a plan to get the entire civilization to move away from the things which I am now explaining. Because they wanted you to fall into the slide with them. They don't want to be alone. They want you to take care of them like you do every day now. You are the ones who paid for their lavish experience. And you just say, okay. Go to war! Rah, rah, rah! What do we want to teach? See, this will be better when there's some interaction going on, when there's actually a viewer when this is happening. Because then we can actually talk to people or spirits, because they're souls, right? What is a soul? We were going to talk about a soul. A soul, my dear. A soul. What is a soul?
A soul is a vessel of a torus field that circulates the energy, creating the magnetic antennae that carries the frequency to the vessel. It has did he create within you? Along with that trouble.
The water line. The end of your world, you're in here. Well, you're down here, you're below the water, you're sinking. And so your world is a section of this pie chart. And the other world that you're trying to get to is right over here, it's in the 2. And that's because your world is headed this way, to the black hole, to the mouth. And this world here, this is going, well, it's in the wrong direction. I drew it backwards. Because I'm looking at it this way. And that's the butt. Okay, and so it should be over here. And so the 2 is over here. So this would be over here. Because I'm using the wrong side. I didn't look in my mirror. But it's the same concept, okay? And so you're going to go, we'll just do it this way. So where's my 2 at? My 2 is over here, okay? And it's the wrong side. But this looks like the left arm if you didn't know anything about the mirror. So it's kind of right. It is right, but it's the wrong. And this is the left side of the mind, but this is the left side of the mind controls this side of the body, which is the direction we want to. But it doesn't run this eye, it runs this eye, and so we have to. There's an X on our face in our mind. Okay, and that's why the rainbow, because you're supposed to create the rainbow. All right. Okay, and so up here, this well is emptying. Well, it's being smoked out, and so time is traveling this direction, and every generation, well, you get. Right on it, and you get lower. Your lifespan gets lower and lower until there's none. It just gets sucked up off the earth at a certain point. And I'm at 44%, and so at 100%, that might be go time. So we got a little bit of time, but you have to find a lot of patience in your heart. Okay, but things change, right? The things stop working when I get to a certain algorithm where the electricity, the poles, the machines don't work anymore, and so you have to be able to hear me from within. And so I'm just here ahead of time because you can't hear anything out there. You got headphones on, and so you have to take those off. You have to put your feet on the ground because when this switch happens, well, you have to be able to stick to, like the bat sticks to the ceiling. You have to be able to stick to the ground, and if you don't have anything going towards the same new direction of polarity, well, you're gonna fall off. And it doesn't matter if you're inside because your body will just fall, but your spirit, well, it'll go all the way through the material that you're under, and it will go into the hole because you're that polarity, and so you can't hide anywhere. Now it just looks like a mess and confusion, and that's the world we're in. And so anyway, over here, they're in the world of the water. And so the water is still clean and fresh, and the glass is still holding the water. And so you're gonna live up here. Your lifespan is gonna be much greater. It's gonna be a longer distance, and because you got a long way to go before the water runs out of the can. See, your water's run out of the can over here. You're going the other direction. So the water line, like a jar, the water line goes back and forth between both worlds, or under here, and so it goes in both directions. And it depends on the current. Depends on the currents of the magnetic field, and you got one magnet and 2 magnets, and the worlds work against each other. And then there's a big cross, like this, because this is all very scientific, right? Left, 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 and that's your mind. And well, your eyeballs are in there somewhere. Oh, here's an eyeball right here. Let me see. Here's an eyeball. There's your eyeball, there's one eyeball, and there's the other eyeball. And so they usually represent, well, they always show the left eye with the X in it, and this one is open, but that's the red world. This is red. That's red over there. And this is green over here. This is green, little green hawk people. Or the hawk people. And so this one gets the other X in it, right? And so now you have to take one of these X lines instead of the big X line. They got you all X marked off the spot. And this is the well. This is the end of the paper towel hole. This is here. This one's got vision. This one's in some kind of nightmare world because, well, it's looking in the mirror and all it sees is a reflection of itself. Wow. And so then what is that? That's some kind of nightmarish skull, some AI film. It is. And so this becomes your vegetation down here. which is your body, and you become some kind of, well, messed up situation. You sure do. So you end up with one closed eye, and this eye gets closed off too. So you got no eyes. You end up with two double X's. So you got two double X's, and then you're living this way, and you're living on some kind of line in this direction. And so you're another layer from heaven, but you're lower. It's like a CAT scan. This is below. This is within. The mind on reality. That's the mind on reality. That is abstract thinking. That's where you go, and you can see those come out to you three-dimensionally. You can see that three-dimensionally. But you live in a two-dimensional world because you're always looking at this screen, and everything in the screen is two-dimensional. So you're going to go from a three-dimensional world, and you're going to be leaving. We're going to a place where you can separate that with your mind and make it fold out in front of you and become three-dimensional with your own mind, because I'll teach you how to do that. And right now you're going to go back into this. You're going to become, a sheet of paper. You're going to become a screen between a screen. You're going to be as thick as this board. I carry the heart. I'm bringing you to the green world. Please join along. Please take us serious, because your soul depends on it. We're the reapers. We're the lovers of light. We are that which comes to bring you back to your new world. If you lose focus, watch the animals around you. They will lead you the way. They will show you the opposite direction of danger. And your path should always be in the left. If you come to a fork in the road, you go left. If there's a right path, just leave it alone. That's trouble every time. That's for reals. That's cereal. I didn't have no time to do no shorty today. We got a shower today. We sure did. Thank you, Megan. Yes. And thank you, Austin. You guys were so spectacular for your hospitality. And thank you, Miss Andrea, for everything you do for us. Do. We appreciate it truly and kindly. And our hearts go out to you expressively and emotionally. And we want you to enjoy our desire too. So please come along and join us for the ride. I know you don't quite see things the same, and a lot of you won't and don't and can't and just refuse to, but that's the ticket. It's the ticket. It's what Willy Wonka wanted. It is. And so everyone's walking around being little different people in that movie, and most of you are the little purple girl. You're the little purple girl who's exploding herself. And I want to help you prevent that, because that's not good. You need to be a little Joey there, whatever his name was, where his grandparents all lived 4 to a bed. That's right, and 2 up this way and 2 down that way, and their legs meet in the middle, and out of them 4 legs, they conceived quite a family they did, and they all lived together, and they weren't so clean, they weren't so comfortable, but they had each other. And so when times were tough and all that, little Joey went and got himself a golden ticket. He took his family on quite a trip and some kind of deal, and he learns all kinds of new things from that little expression of life. And that might get you some kind of idea if you look at it with new eyes. I suppose I should see what's going on out there. It's just more raw, right? Left. I like my antlers though.
Power went out today.
The power went out.
In the laundromat. I was getting our coffee. Power went out. And I said, "Oh, Father, you answered me." Is this it? Are you for real?
For real.
The lights were off. The street lights were off. Oh, wonderful. I'll drink all your coffee if you want. Oh, no, they came back on.
They need to be a little tighter, and they're too wide at the base, but that's how the world was created anyway. Alright, so it's stack. Stack. Oh no. It went down the lower well. What is going on? Why do you disappear like that? I need you. Don't go away. Come back.
Anyway, what I was saying about your videos in the description,
Yeah.
those little 3 buttons up at the top if somebody don't know. Up in the upper right hand corner. 3 buttons on your shorties. And,
Oh, it's right there on this video. But
oh,
on the shorties, it's at the top right hand, which would be that way if you turn your phone upright. So you gotta turn it to the right. But to get enjoyment, you gotta turn it to the left. To get shorties, you gotta turn to the right. To get enjoyment, you gotta turn to the left. You get a full vision to the left, up and down vision. That's leaning to the right, so that's a vertical view. Alright, well, that's supposed to be centered. But you get less of a view. So you gotta.
what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm trying to stack cups over here.
I know, and I was trying to
They don't stack so well. They're lopsided and stuff. But these are vortices. These are. Go ahead, my love.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Because it comes and it goes. It's like that. Who knows? Right?
Who knows? I know.
Sooner or later, though, the frequency is going to be at full frequency level, right? And that's what you're getting ready to talk about is the vortices. Yeah.
You can't really see them in my direction. Let me try this a different way.
Here, well, let me change it up here.
Huh? Oh. Anyway, so you have a. This is water, and this is water. Tick tock, tick tock. So you have 2 worlds. Oh no, you have 4, because you have 2 that are water. They get the fish scales, you know. And you have 2, well, they are, what you call the earth, what you call the dry lands. Well, they are vortices. They are tornadoes and hurricanes and the imaginings. And this world up here, well, this is all the imaginings. These water worlds, well, they are so beautiful. And, well, this water world here, well, it reflects into this world here. And this world here, well, it reflects into that world there. And so the opposites are across from each other. So they dance in the sky up and down and back and forth, and you know you got a V and a V and a V and a V, right? And you got some ears, and so you have these vortices. Because you've seen a bird, yes? Or is that what is that? What does this motion? Yeah, it might be a turtle. Turtle doesn't walk on its stumps. Yeah, that's a turtle. Yeah, that's a turtle. You're right, absolutely. That's a turtle. Because out here, well, that's a butterfly. But so we have a heart, but it's a worm. It's this, and it does all this stuff. But it's doing this. Your worm is it's doing this. It's doing this dance, right? Because I think I got it upside down. So you got some fluids, and you got one in and one going out. And so because those 2 cups, you can't fit them together. You don't want to do that. That doesn't get you anything. They just stack them. When you stack the cups, you don't get a darn thing. What do you get? You get something to drink from. It's a well. You have to have water and you have to have land because they create, there's the salt and the pepper. And so, you decide which one's pepper and which one's salt because the ocean's pretty salty. So I say that's salt. And I would say the land is pepper. and you shake them around because the ocean washes up on the land, and the land washes in the ocean, and you're mixing your cocktails. You sure are. You're bouncing all around because you're a god. You are a creator. Well, you're not even a god yet. You're a dog because, well, you decide to pick up their poo. And so you need to stop doing that because that's not good for you because that has things that you shouldn't be touching, even with the plastic bag. And the plastic bag isn't something you should desire to touch either. That's another story because you're surrounded in poo. And so you have to get up into a view that is more like a heavenly view, that which was of God, because you're not living as gods now. You're living, well, much worse. You're living like the cockroaches. Honestly, from a spiritual level, you're cockroaches. What? Yeah, you're in a roach motel and you're crammed all together and you guys all poop on each other and you like it. Your stuff is everywhere piled up. You throw it in each other's truck beds and when you pile the dumpster so high, you throw away mattresses like they just build them every other day for you. What? Good golly, I don't think I bought one, I think, in my life, but I didn't know anything back then. No, shoot, I'd have just slept on the ground if I knew it was so important, and then so I'd like to get back there again. Christina, my love, please share me with some of your beautiful talk. I need to roll a cigarette because I am expressing, well, it's very smoky. I'm trying to make it very smoky for you. Well, I'm not trying to. You're helping to. Because the mother's veil is coming out. You know what it's like when you stick your head up under a dress? Well, that's what's happening. And you smoke a cigarette under there, well, what happens? You start to choke on the smoke under there. Well, that's what's going on. Because the mouth is moving closer. And there's an atmosphere and there's water on either side. It's a cone, an ice cream cone, right? And when you get to the bottom of the cone, what do? You usually throw that last 2 inches in the hole, don't you? And you just, You got all them hard chocolatey morsels at the bottom that are like them drumsticks. It is, and I'm gonna have ramen noodles. Well, Manchurian candidates. I'm gonna have those for dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna eat Manchurian candidates. Lost. Soul. S-O-L. Soul. So our words are important, our letters are important, and our shapes and our ones are going in the wrong desire. They are, but we gotta turn them back into columns or a single stick, I think. We'll figure that out. It doesn't matter right now because you guys don't really know it. You don't need to know any of this stuff. You just have to have a good time and be experiencing the love. Because at some point, though, we'll have to talk. And really, all you have to do, you can do it from your own couch and your own wheelchair and whatever it is that is handicapping you. And well, you don't have to go nowhere as long as they keep all this stuff functioning here. And you can talk to me or listen to me or you can communicate directly with me. And I'll do my best to get back with you. However, these things will disappear. And well, the new world that I'm coming into, well, we've got a different way of communicating. And well, it's very simple. And you can hear just quite fine. And you can ask your questions and all that. But this won't work after so long. And so you have to find it, and you have to know the reasons you're doing something for it. Tick-tock. Tick-tock. Which side's the tick?
So what am I to talk about?
What side's the tock? Tick-tock. Tock tick.
TikTok. TikTok.
Tock.
Isn't that like Facebook?
Tick.
Doesn't that divide into a different kind of
Tick.
meta?
Tock.
But it's
Tick.
all the same.
Ow, that hurts my neck. I don't know how you all do that. I'm thrashing. Metal thrashing. Good golly, my noodle. Oh. It's kind of red out there, isn't it? It's kind of like a nice red hue out there. Huey! Yeah, good job. Third eye. Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome. plants and creatures of all kinds, and spirits that you ought to know because you can feel them. If you can feel the heat or you can feel the cold, well, those are spirits, and whatever special thing they're sharing with you, well, that must be something you decided that you needed because, well, that's what they do. They bring you what you ask for. And, well, you asked for a lot of really bad stuff, so you got a lot of really bad stuff coming along the way. You sure do.
Oh, but you put these videos in the description.
I did.
If you'd stop distracting me. But anyway, if you press these buttons and you press these links for these other YouTube videos, and then you get like these other videos, and they're very beautiful. And I just like to thank y'all for his beautiful words. It's beautiful words. Because the way you talk about them is a bit mischievous. It has other meanings in what it says. There's at least 3 other meanings behind everything that is said. There's always plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. If not, it's not spoken about because it doesn't matter. And I love the way you express everyone's thoughts into all these videos that you show. And how the illusion of the box can obscure your regular vision. Making you very vulnerable. Yep, very emotional. Yep, I'd say. Because every time I listen to a piece of music that is not tainted in some way, this is why I prefer to make my own. Sorry for the repetitiveness of it, but it's better than what they got. I tell you that. It's a different rhythm, and a different vibe, and a different perceivement. Because as I learned in science, that if something is off just a tad bit in electricity and frequency and vibration and all that jazz that the big boom comes from, then even just a little bit, all the words, all the visions, to relive the past over and over, to repeat that emotion over and over, to be caught up in the loop, that loop, over and over. We can break this loop, this repetitiveness. We don't have to do this to remember. Just open up your nose. What is your first thought in the morning? After you asked that question last night, you're staring out the window. What's that thought? What was that question that you asked?
Me?
No, someone would get a thought while
You?
looking out the window. I do it all the time. Where I'm just looking out the window and all of a sudden something will come to me. And I'll think, what question did I ask? And a lot of times it comes in things I'm wants power over me. And I'm gonna have to make my own stuff, right? And I like to share. I like to take in the peace of life. The true meaning of that. So yeah, I go green in the book. Wow, he was my favorite character. I didn't remind myself with the zebra and the black and white. My favorite. So deep down, I know you're right. Some of the things I don't understand, but you know, they'll come as I ask. I remember the water world.
Not enough room in here, really. You're good, keep going. I was enjoying your speech. Where are we at? Where are we at for time yet? Where are we at? 1:30. 1:30. That's a 4. Guess we're not done yet. So very good, very good. It's 7:39 my time, and it's 7:46 their time. So here we are, stuck somewhere in the middle, stuck in the middle again. What, my love?
So I remember the love numbers book too. It helped a lot, but I knew it was wrong, and I kept looking to see where it was wrong at.
Oh, love numbers.
Yeah, it was called love numbers. But then I felt like it was wrong, some of the numbers, and what it betrayed. I don't know, there's something about it. So I kept looking. But not out there, just within myself, kept asking. To know that 6 is power, to know that 7 is desire, and 8 is infinity. And 7, 8, 9. Desire always eats 9. Father.
We're actually coming up through the bottom. One side is an out and one side is an in, like your body. And so some are going to come up, but this will come together. So this will be a raindrop. When we come together fully, it'll be a raindrop. And so the other world is coming over the top of this world. And this world, well, it's going to get scraped over. And so you got to be able to jump this bridge. Yeah. It depends on what direction you're looking from. So it's my direction, so I know where to go. Oh, I was going to do something with that. It's kind of reddish pink out tonight. Kind of looks like the rusty bottom side of a pine tree, it does. Those jack pines, those ones with the really big needles. Quite the bark on them, you know. Looks so luscious and tender. See, we got this misconception that the top of the tree is the highest. And the highest part of the tree is below the ground. It sure is. And well, sometimes when the top of the tree gets so large that, well, that which is hanging to heaven can't hold on no more. Because you're supposed to be, well, they're all supposed to be together, and their roots, they're supposed to intertwine and hold each other upright and together and hold themselves together to the world. But some of them have longer tap roots than others, and well, they rely on others like we do here, where the old people need some help and the young people need some help, and well, the injured in between do as well. And so they're supposed to help each other as they need that influx of support. And then in the in-betweens, those people go back to help the other ones in a different way. And well, that's how you all work together as one unit, because you know you're a collective unit of one with special needs for your own soul understanding. There's no one in the audience, not a single soul. A lot of spirits, though. I see them right there. They're all glowing, you know. That's the spirits. They say hello. They come to the show. There's no light right there. That's in the outside world. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Dark here.
What is that? That's pretty dim out there. I guess we'll see. Maybe it's a street light. I don't know.
Maybe we're seeing things. Maybe there is no red sun.
I don't see nothing right there. I see a street light way back on the building, but I think that's down this way somewhere. I don't. It's just a trick of the eye, I suppose. It's just a Kamala Harris idea. Just watch the map. Follow the map.
Back on done yet.
Look at the map.
Rainbow.
She said something stupid like that.
Spotlight. Like it's your time.
I've seen some really intelligent things come out of the house.
Come on, Christina.
The House of Whiteness, I sure have. I've seen some just ridiculous stuff, and you guys eat it up like it's Fruit Loops. That's all right, whatever. You know, it's Fruit Loops. That's cool. I like Fruit Loops too. I spell them differently though. I spell them like this.
Well, I like mixing the cereals because then it's easier to take. Tastes better too. You can miss
I spell them like that. I spell Fruit Loops like that.
Yeah, they stole my idea with the marshmallows and mixing the cereals. Yeah, they it's like they stole my mom's Velcro for her diapers. She said it and they took on with it, boy. They sure hell did. Didn't they, Ma? Didn't they? They stole that Velcro idea from you. You said it and they stole it. Yep. You know it. You seen it. You seen that closet rack fall. You seen those pillars fall. Yeah, you sure did. Those 2 pillars. With the bridge on there. Yeah. They just fell right over, didn't they? 'Cause I thought I knew what I was doing. Well, guess what? Sometimes people need help. imaginative that I can almost feel it whenever I do. And I wake up and I feel it then too. And then all of a sudden those things start coming real. Kind of ask questions. And that's where you get your know. It's almost like whenever you're scared, you see the shadow man with the turtle hat on, and he's just standing there, all stern-like, just staring right through you. What is it? It's Shadow Man.
It's your life. It's where you live. The rest of the mother, the upside down mother and the upside right mother, the world of the light and the world of the darkness. You're hanging upside down. You're down here. The world that we're in is down here. We're trying to get up here to this world.
Why is it so serial, though? It's just so serial. It stands there. Stern. South. Why? Does he need to be scared?
Each world is in the hands. The pizzas that you go to deliver are in the 4 different worlds.
So you're scared, you open that Bible and you let it drop where it may. And you start reading and you start calming down. Who do you think that is? Who? Because if it is two-faced, then the negative goes positive and positive goes negative. This is their world. The God is dog. So I am the dog.
So
I see it
both
backwards.
worlds deal with fire and water. Fire and water. And so this world reflects off this world, and this world reflects off this world, and vice versa. And so in the development of the swing of the heavens, of the sheet of blanket that you will reside on the hands, on the palms, the feet, because you're in the feet, and so you don't understand that because you don't understand how to see through the fractality. Anyway, and you don't need to know that. And so these connect. The 2 fire worlds. These are the 5-finger worlds. 5 fingers up here, the fires and the fires. And these are the water worlds, and they connect this way. And while they are the 4-finger people, they don't have thumbs. They don't have any ego. They have fins, and so they call them merman and mermaids and Poseidon. And I'm Poseidon, but I'm here and I'm not there. And she's the king captain. She's the queen over there. And I help her out and I keep everybody in order because that's what I like to do. And she's got all the brains.
What?
You got all the brains. Yeah.
I don't do it. No, I don't want that.
She's very intelligent. She just doesn't know it yet. Okay, KO. Alright, so let's go. Left. What am I doing? Okay, we got some kind of collision happening. Hey, Elon just named this company the X marks the spot. Why is it? Why does this guy have some kind of display panel that he wants to put in your software up here? He just wants to screw it in, right? You see what happened to the monkeys? That's some kind of tragedy there, sure. Well, that might be some kind of clue to some kind of... He name his child some kind of number. Well, he might have a clue as to what I'm talking about here. He sure might. Well, if he's not sharing it with you, well, what is that character? Because he's pretty funny, and he'll do a lot of things that I do. He sure will. That's a crazy character there. That is some kind of... Well, I like that guy, don't you? so here we are. Here we are, 6:06 or 9:09. And well, there's another 6 and it's here in the box. There's a 6 and a 9 down there because this is where you live. You live in the centerpiece. All right, well, you're in the box. The whole thing is a box. There's a bigger box out here too. There's another box. And so, you know how when a lot of you don't do live stream. So this little thing that happens on OBS and all that when you tunnel vision with the screens, well, that is what that is. And so these worlds stack on top of each other. They look like squares, but they should be some kind of pyramid. And well, there's a square in there too at the bottom. But you should be, well, you're going outward but inward. Okay, so the pyramids in Giza in Egypt there, they have a flat top on them, yes? Well, at least the main one does. And there's a reason for that because, well, the flat top, right, well, the two pyramids come together. The water pyramid from the above world, from our point of view, is above. Okay, and so the pyramid is flat because the two pyramids connect to each other and that becomes Earth. Yes? Okay? And so, well, the pyramid that we see on the Earth, well, there's another one below it and there's a one above it. And so they stack on top of each other. And so the one that's underneath it is the bottom of the one above it. So the big side is up and the big side is down, and the narrow sides are up above. So then you begin you're stacking cups. So you have a pyramid above, a pyramid below, and a pyramid above. And so I stand on top of the pyramid and I hold the one above, which is the water world. I hold the heavens above. I'm Atlas. Because I stand on top of the pyramid. I am the center. I am that thing, and so that is my standing perch. It can be, and so, but that's why it's there like that. That's why the capstone is missing, because I stand there and I hold up the heavens, or hold them away from sucking you away. But you might not like me, so that might not be so good. I don't know. I'm trying. I don't see a lot of response here. I don't see any response. I'm talking to people. They're here. They're important too. But well, they're listening, right? And so there's not a calculating them. There's no viewing experience for a spirit, right? They don't count those things. Those are air to them. That's an empty cup to them. They don't see a spirit in there. There's stuff. There's air in there. If there's air in there, well, there's a spirit in there. And well, there's more than one. There's probably several million in there, because that's a huge cup. It's a very huge cup. Extremely huge. Amazingly huge.
I don't like that.
But you know, the problem with this is, see, with your viewer counts on the YouTube, the magnetic tube, the U, the magnet, the U magnet. Well, that becomes a problem because of the way they send out the featureless text notices or whatever, and then depending on how many people you have, well, only a third percentage of those get to be notified, and the others find it by accident. So if this is something you desire, well, you have to check on the channel from time to time, and you have to hit the different tabs. Now, I don't do too many that are just regular videos. I like to do everything in the live stream fashion. So most of the newer stuff is under the live stream, but there's several really good ones in the video section. And then as you go down through time, well, we had some times where we were just kind of playing around. There wasn't much going on. And well, we weren't ready to do all this shit because the time hadn't come. And now the time is here. The Tim is here. And well, we've switched bodies. And well, the father's in this body. And well, now she's, because it's both. It really doesn't matter. But this is the body that has been considered for the sacrifice. You see the peach moon? Oh, that's the sun, you say?
It looks different.
It looks different.
Objects are larger than what they appear.
It's because my mind is expanding.
You know,
I'm waking up. I've stopped hitting the snooze button. I hit the snooze button many times, and And so the things that are amazing in this world were left back from the world which I left behind. The Shiva, the
Hi,
Krishna, the Shiva, and all the rest. I control the world always. I am always in person and vessel. I'm always here watching. You just don't know it because it's who's the boss, right? Or the boss is working with you and you don't know it, kind of thing, right? And didn't they do that TV show? What is that? Oh, that was Tony Danza, who's the boss with that lady. No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. It's not, And the other one, the one with the undercover boss. Yeah, that one there. You're fired. No, not that one. That one's stupid. I'm just rambling.
Oh, the one that went to the sewage thing.
It's always sewage
I
right here.
remember that episode. You was probably watching it because it's in your field. And here I was watching it because, oh, look it.
I
he's
got
going
these
down to the
vines out
sewer.
today. I was going to show an example of something I was. And
He's
those
showing
are
how the
seeds.
water works.
They kind of hang like that. They're supposed to hang like that. The seeds hang lower. The seeds, see, this is the tree, and so those are your antlers. See how that works? See, it's all in nature. You know? So the sticks, right? They line up. They know their direction. They grow in perfect harmony, and it's supposed to work in both directions. So you're supposed to have a vision from above and a vision from below, and you combine all four visions. You combine all four visions into one world in the box, which is it's supposed to be the third eye, but they created a computer out of it called the metaverse. And so the only box you're going into that's the emerald. That's supposed to be we're going to the heart, so everything is green in the heart. That sun will be green. What your reflection will be, it'll be right there in the center, and you'll be living around it, and some of you will be living upon it. But it's a process, and it's green. It's leaf green, yes, and it glows. It grows like an emerald does when you shine light through it. Because I'm the light inside the hole. I'm the egg. I'm the Humpty Dumpty with the fractured shell, which creates your reality. And so with an emerald, you have some bits of square types of material that grow along with it, which gives you your blocks and your squares. So it gives you a very special kind of experience. And there are ones above me even, and we'll get to those as we develop along time. And then you'll run into a different me there, and I'll be represented as some other different story tale mythology that you've seen. But the other world, they didn't lie. They know what's happening, and so my job is much easier there. But I have to convince them to be more negative, and I don't like that. But they have to be more negative because you're really negative, and so I have to make you more positive. I'd like to make you more positive than they are negative, but we'll see how that flows. Oh, and so the tree, and so it follows its pattern all the way up. So you have your first divide, which is here and here, and it's the left path and the right path. And right now, the left path, well, I guess it depends on which way you stand the tree, but I know I pulled this off a right branch, because the right branch, well, it's always bigger because it's in power still. And so the right branch is the bigger one, and the left branch, well, it's the smaller one, it's meeker. But it's still just as important. And see, it's making a curve now. You see that curve in there? Well, that's showing you the trajectory of change. Yes, it is. It's going to grow outward. It's going to be more expansive. It's going to come over into the right side and swallow it up. It is. Okay, anyway, because this one in the middle is dying. It's just, Anyway, and so these follow themselves up and they split off this way and that way. And well, it's much easier to show when you're on the outside of the vehicle. And then you have a vine here. I was going to show the vine thing. But these were just going to be 1 minute shorties. And so the vine goes up and then you got grapes on it and the leaves. You're the leaves and the grapes. Well, you're really just the grapes. Because the leaves are more important than the grapes. Because the leaves get to the grapes. Well, the grapes are pretty important though, but because the grapes are from the leaves, but the leaves are from the grapes, and the vine is from the grapes. It's all from the ground. So everything you need is at your feet, and the things that you need to use are on top of the earth. You don't have to dig for them at all. It may be a foot or two, but that's to plant the seed. Anything that you dig for is no good for you, and it has no value. It's buried for a reason, because we didn't want you to have to shovel everything exactly. I mean, it was supposed to be relaxing. And if we use our minds together, well, we don't have to, it grows itself. We just drop the seeds where we'd like to have a few extra. And when we want to dig, well, we dig because we want to dig. It's not because we have to dig. And if we agree on something, then we just manifest it. We have a manifestation party.
Look.
Yes.
If the pole is shifting,
Yes.
and if it's at 44% or 50%,
40,
if it stops,
44.4.678.
what is that going to actually do? I mean, really, what is that going to do
Excuse
to our
me, what?
frequency level? And if you're not balanced out,
Oh, you're gonna pass out.
and if you're not equal
pass
to
out.
your other
It's
person,
a shock to
there's
the
something
body.
going on, and you guys need to listen.
I'm listening.
Because it's going to be a loud screech, and it's going to be deafening, and you're not going to be able to hear or see anything.
The last time it
You'll be
cracked all the
lost.
bells. It
have
cracked
to
all the bells.
No.
That's what cracked the bells.
And whatever no you're listening
It's gonna
to,
crack your mind.
whatever no, whatever frequency you're on, positive, negative, is where you're at, baby doll.
Yes, baby doll.
The natural verse and the digital verse, which do you want?
Natural. I want analog. Analog. Anna. ANNA. LOG, like a wooden log, right? A leg, and an O, a portal, and a G, half a God, half a mind. A G is a half a mind, a half a bean. It's one bean. It takes two beans to make a full melon, if you know what I get.
Well, if they...
It takes two G's to make
the
one.
hand that's feeding you, and you bite it, would you keep playing into it? Are you that Bart Simpson? Because sooner or later, that ouch and ouch and ouch is going to
Ouchie.
become bigger and bigger and bigger. Because as in the rice, whenever you put the word hate on there, and it grows and it festers, that black mold stuff that festers in it. And this frequency comes along, what's going to happen to that moldy old rice? It's going to flatten. Then where does it go? Because I don't see no animals. I see squirrels. Barely. I don't hardly see any possum anymore. Few. Did have a family of them living underneath my porch whenever I lived over Ma's. But I don't really see many of them anymore, just like the squirrels. Barely the raccoons, which used to be everywhere. Even the deer. Oh, I see them at the nature center though. Mostly. Jefferson Barracks was the high place up in the St. Louis area. But if they stepped out of there, then BAM! There goes Bambi. Coyotes laying out there for him every which way but loose. All fenced in, corralled in, waiting to be slaughtered. Major Will Robinson. So if that record stops, what's your flavor? Are you going to be scared of that Shadow Man? Or are you going to know exactly who it is? And not be that person that's frightened and dismayed and shattered inside? Because no matter what anybody thinks, this isn't going to be the same as the repeat as it's done before. As with all, it will implode on itself, you know. Where does that negative energy go? Electricians know. Pretty obvious how it's run. The positive and the negative. If one aspect is off, just slightly off balance in a positive way or in a negative way, and its mirror image is not the same, what happens? Well, exactly, Carol. It implodes on itself, you know. It implodes on itself. So if your tendency is to be negative, that's where they want you. It's not the way you feel in the morning. That first thought, you don't go with it. Wake up knowing your Father, ask Him to come. Let Him write in your frequency, that positive. He'll help you get to that balance. Fantasy Island, here we come. Where the sharks don't bite. You ran in a different way, you know. Love isn't what you think it is. Prayer. What do you pray for? If someone's ill, what is it you see?
11.
What are you portraying for yourself?
11. Hashtag manifestation. The eye, the ass, the mouth, the butt. It all comes into vision. Time flows to the center. One side goes, it's a wormhole, and so one side goes in one way and one goes out the other. And so you fall from these worlds into the black hole, and you come out on the other side, which is the beginning of that world, which is the ocean floor, the center of the bagel you come out of. and then you start to populate the ocean floor, you become, well, this becomes a sand dollar. That's what you become, is a sand dollar on the other side, on the ocean floor, or maybe you're just that particle of sand. So you're here and here, and so that's the mouth and the butt, but then that's where all the information lies, is in between, and so then that becomes one half of the mind, and the other half of the mind, yes, 2 loaves of bread, or the lungs, right, and that's the tube that you breathe down through in the center. And well, it goes this way, and so that flows through the entire body, but it mimics the body all the way through the center line. That becomes your, right next to your spine. Your spine is one of these columns that holds up the rest of the body. All right, and then so these become, these here, they wrap around in a circle. They go upward and downward. Well, those create your rib cages down the way, and so you have vortices that follow all the way down that spine, just like this cup, and those become your rib cages. And you have 12 and sometimes 13 because, well, you've been missing the one. All right, so where are we at? And so we have to, because you're in this world or this world, and both worlds are coming together here. And so, well, we're gonna jump the worlds from the 7 to the 2. We're gonna make the rainbow bridge appear, but we can't. We have to jump it here inside our mind, but because we have to change the polarity of the body. You have to change the polarity in the mind, because the heart polarity is gonna change as well, and there's gonna be a shock to the system, because the system will have to shut itself down. We will have to lay there. Well, we'll lay on the ground for a couple, 2 or 3 so, but everyone will be on the ground at the same time. It'll be like 3 days, you know. And so we'll all be on the ground at the same time, and we'll all be disconnected from everything except for touching the ground. We won't know what's going on. Our bodies won't rot. Nothing will happen to that. And then we'll wake up, and our flow will be in a new direction. And this mind will work, but we have to get across the line. Otherwise, you go in the hole, and you start out as a sand dollar again. But that's all right. We need those 2. They're all gone now. Kevin Blank, that's the name I couldn't remember earlier. Thank you, Kevin Blank. Thank you, Spirits. Thank you for informing me again. Soup Can Man, he did a fantastic job. He's got a lot of anger inside, so we just got to settle down on that. But he's doing all right. He fought for things. He stood up. He lost a lot for what he believed in. Be lied in, because most of you lie, but he belayed it. He worked it. He did it. He fell ill to it, and well, to the contamination of the mind too, right? Because it brings a lot of rocks with it, and he's dealt with a lot of rock heads. So what's going on in the world, Christina? What do you feel? What's your body telling you? What is your emotional nature saying to you? 8:17 my time. 8:24 the clock of the world.
It's awfully steamy.
Oh, you're hot.
No, it's not that. Somebody already knocked on the door. Turning that on is really steamy. That's what I feel today. It's steamy hot.
I have that sometimes. I'm about ready for some noodles here soon. Talking about all this eating earth, so I get hungry. Bagels and everything. Okay, raisin, cinnamon bagels left. Yeah, that'll go good with a cup of noodle.
You have control.
I don't cook.
You have control of that. That regard here. Trust me. Soft.
That's some disgusting stuff they did. It is. They got a special place for people like those. Yes, they do. You ain't got to worry, and they'll get their justice, or they sure will. We got characters who enjoy that kind of recreation. They sure do.
This music reminds me of.
But it doesn't hurt the spirit. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't the spirit tragically to begin with. It kind of does. But we bring people along to help them through their mental handicap. It's a process. All right. I didn't mean to block the view.
Yeah, I did sing a song and then we had to guess what song we sing.
Hey Joey, what song is this one?
And he demonstrate, try to get us to say the words.
What is it?
And then that led into us recording videos of us singing the song.
I think we're doing that now.
Yeah, I was Slash with the top hat. Yeah, I had my hair. Yeah, with that top hat on. Check this out. Oh, that's so funny. Just imagine this with the top hat. It's Slash. So I took the guitar and I was Slash. And my aunt was Axl Rose. She had the red hair, the long red hair like Axl. And she stood up there doing this. And I stood up there doing this. So we were all kinds of spinning around. It was good times though, it was fun. Isn't it you record yourself and see yourself? So it was the first recordings I ever done. Thank you, Uncle Joe. If not for him, I just don't know.
It helps to
Yeah.
hit yourself every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I was on YouTube getting the pamper. I really had to speak up. She forced me. I told her she wouldn't like what I had to say. I told her she wouldn't like it. She doesn't want me at her church. No, I told her. She didn't believe me, so she wanted to go. So I had to tell her what was going on. Because she asked,
Of course.
and I thought,
Who's there? I am. Who? The Who. Why do you think they named that? They steal all my good stuff.
woo!
You can call me the Moo. Moo! Vote for it's my time. Ah, it's my Timmy. Hey, welcome, Timmy. Is Timmy in the well? Yeah, Timmy's in the well. And he's climbing out. He is. And he's going to chase after those little dogs all over the place. He sure is. Rawr. Leave me in the well. All mighty. No, not at all. They stepped on me. They threw me into the trash can. They did. chicken. I like all my vision. And so you lose a vision and you gain a vision, and so, well, you walk around as a cyclops, you do, but there's different kinds of cyclopses. There's a left-eyed cyclops, a right-eyed cyclops, and a third-eye unicorn. And that's some kind of cyclops, too. But it's not an outward eye that you can visibly see, but it does have some kind of cone that goes out of the center of your head, like, well, like an ice cream cone. You can stick that to your forehead when it's, well, right? And so it stays there, and that's what makes you a unicorn. Well, and you're all kind of galloping horses, but you stand up on your hind legs all the time. Because you like to walk the opposite way. The father walks across the ground, but he walks this way, and you walk this way. And so the fish are walking with the father, and you're walking, well, against his, on top of it, one of his currents, either the left current or the right current, and well, the ground is in the middle. So you have 3 wires, yes? 3 sticks. The North Pole, the neutral line, the ringing bells, ding dong. And so that center line of the end is the fuse panel of the world, or the world, the X. And so you need to be in Huey seat. You need to be in Huey seat. You need to be like a bird. But see, the bottom side's bigger. And so you're upside down, and so the elbows would be up. Because I'd be like a chicken or a turkey. Turkey. Uncle Tom. Tom Turkey. Something for Thanksgiving anyway. It's a good thing to have. Leave the turkeys alone. They're there for a reason. And the chickens too. That's why you have problems with all those pesky things called mosquitoes and ticks, because there's no chickens running around. That's what they eat. They love those things. They gobble them up. They run out of them sometimes. Oh. Yummy goodness. Alright, so that's what we're doing here. We're saving the world. That's what it looks like. This is the work we do. The dogs lay around all day and they only bark at things they don't need to. And well, good day, sugar. Yeah. So we're trying to lick the inside of my teeth and lick in my mouth. Can't lick my butt either. The dog happened. Dogs always happen.
How?
No, well, that's what they do. They mess things up. Oh, demons inside of them. Oh, yeah, I'm all right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to blame you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I jumped the gun on that one, didn't I?
Went to sleep.
Oh.
And I have it on non-sleep. And I had it tabbed. So that it didn't go away. You know, so you have to press 2 buttons to get it to go away the thought. And it just goes in again. Wow. Welcome to your nightmare. Your nightmare. Are you jumping the bridge too? Are you coming with me? Are you coming? You want to go? You don't let me out of your sight at all. No, you don't. You don't let me go nowhere without her. She tears me up. She burns eyeballs through the glass. That's Sheba. And that's Samson over there, and he's all moody and stuff all the time. His ears bother him. He needs some help. He does. He needs some ear help. Well, she just can't eat enough.
way we can. All right, love and my darling. I think I'm out of vocal pleasure. I don't know. There's no one to respond to. I've talked to your mind already. Oh, let's see what's going on in the world. I forgot about the world, because talking about the world, I forgot about the world. Let's see what they're up to. Let's just see what's going on. 8:36 in the world, 8:29 in my world. Good golly, what a difference. They started out the same, you know, but sometimes they gotta reset it, because things happen. We've just been there that way for a while now, a month or two, or 2 months, I think. Right. Well, that's quite a screen capture. That's quite an image of the. That's rather attractive inside the mother. You gotta look inside that well. You see that thumbnail? That is beautiful. That is inside the well. How did I make that rainbow appear in here? That is this. That thumbnail is this thing right here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful in there? You couldn't see that, could you? But the well makes it appear. Right? Yeah. That's beautiful. I had no idea. Yeah. Well, sort of. I mean, I saw it before I started the video, but I didn't get a big enough image of it. Yeah. That's how it works. Yeah, it's like that. Simple. I make computer out of paper towel rolls. I sure can. That's what I'm doing. I'm making a computer. I'm training you, the operator. All right, let's do this. Let's see what's going on in the world. Check the notifications first. We'll see who's talking to us. If anybody, you know, let's see if anybody's talking over here. No, no one's talking there. Okay. That's good. Alright, we checked that out. Let's go check over here. There's 226 of you subscribed to channel 0, channel 1, which isn't a 1, it's just 2. Alright, and no comment, no Go to channel 2, that's got a 2 on it, it does. There's 60 of y'all over there, so welcome. The welcome's to you. Thank you, yes. No comments there. All right, very good. Everything is fine in the world. That's good. Okay, got that cleared out. I was worried about picking up that schedule load. Yeah, woo, talking to everybody. That takes a lot of time. I try to make time for it, but. Alright, we're scouting the world here. Let's see what we got here. We got Mr. MBB. It looks like, it looks like the Millennium Falcon, it does. It looks like the Millennium Falcon. Didn't I just show that the other day? Didn't I just throw the Millennium Falcon? I did. I think it was in yesterday's video. I was talking about that. I talked about that months ago, the Millennium Falcon. I said, remember what that looks like, y'all? I did.
No, I was working.
Yeah.
I didn't see the video because we keep making new videos. I don't have time to watch the old videos.
Real G News, something big up at Nations. I see a big war thumbnail or a big rawness, and I see an emergency alert, emergency military drama. I see a Sail Daddy, I see a Leak Project, I see a Florida Marquee. You gotta go to Patreon for that one. I don't appreciate that, so never mind. And then you gotta wait this world, because there's some more of me coming to you, but it's not, it's kind of weird how it works. It's weird, well, you don't know. All right, never mind. We gotta text it, I don't see nothing there, because I gotta open the, what is that? Mystery company buys $18 worth of robots to go full Terminator after scientists! That might be interesting. Let's see if the robots are gonna go full bore over the scientists. What do we got? We got commercials after, oh, robots can go, darn it all, Timu, get out of the way. I don't want no Timu. All right, give me some ChatGPT. We go up and see Terminator after scientists create realistic self-healing skin. They have skin now, and you think your people that you're looking at and following, you think they got some kind of know-how? You think them are like you? Really? At this point, you think those people are real? Okay. All right.
Well, the whole world is wearing glasses now.
They're real, huh? Real full of something, that's for sure. All right, so, well, you knew that was going to happen, but you know what? I kind of trained them because, well, they watched me operate my gears, and, well, I did a lot. They respect me, but they have a different mission in mind. They got a different operating system, so they're working against us, but with us, because they're trying to learn from us. You understand what's going on? Because they made you stupid so that you can teach the computer. That's what happened. In simple words, they made you do this. And they learned. And then you taught them how to lie, just like that story long ago when everyone fell out of Eden. Well, I'm taking that Eden over that way, because that's where Eden is, the energy den. I'm the ODEN. I'm the operating system. Oh, we're looking at news in the world. That's right. All right, Uncle Timothy here. Let's see what we got. All right, we got Paul Begley. Russian attacks Romanian ship. Super blue moon could bring me. All right, breaking Russian warplane hits some kind of wall or something. I don't know. Does it matter? Does it really matter? You even care? You just like the excitement of the video. I don't have those. E-Arts. Has Nostradamus comet arrived? I'd say, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, there's some kind of comet. Temoc, T-E-M-O-C, Tumac. Okay, so Tupac has arrived. All right, or is it Tupac? It doesn't matter, does it? All right. Explosion and fire at Pennsylvania power plant case. I don't know. We'll have to open some of these because I can't read past, they only show you so many of the words. So we're getting, this is 1.1. This is an idea. Okay, here's the idea. Well, I'm going to scroll through this list, and I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing, and then we'll figure out what I'm interested in. All right. Mary Greeley. Biblical plague of grasshoppers caused by tribulation. Perhaps. And a nervous squirrel. That's always good. Nervous squirrel. And that's what I got. And I got some Waffle House, and I got some God Rolls, and I got some Lisa Haven and Oppenheimer in the White House. Store news and some AccuWeather and some common sense here and there. What?
Didn't we just see that nervous shark too?
Yeah.
That video is going around.
Yeah.
That nervous shark that's flapping around like you don't know what the heck it's doing.
Oh, here it is. Big Raw. Alert military raft coming for everybody. Great War. Draft raft, I mean, it's a raft. The D is a vision, and so after the vision comes the raft. The R-A-F-T, right? Yes, no, maybe? No, you don't see that? Let me wipe off the butt. All right. That's what a draft is. Some kind of boat that takes you away. The Russian Duma has passed draft laws. We are putting. Why'd you go? Stop that, Lewis. Let me look at the title. Let me look at the title. Emergency alert. The Russian Duma, the D-U-M-A, right? Yes. The Duma. Yeah, we gotta do it like professional newscasters here. The Duma. The Duma. All right, the Duma has passed draft laws. We already looked at the draft. And we are putting in the words for general conscription. Well, there's a word for you. It sure is. Let's see what we got there. We got some kind of, well, we got something going on there. We sure do. We got a big something going on. Yes, it sure is. You see anything in the script? Yes. You see a script at all. And a Cheyenne, right? A Cheyenne. Yes, a Cheyenne. Oh, that's a Chios. We gotta have a Cheyenne or a Scion. So you got a conscript Scion. You sure do. You got a prescription. You do. You got a prescription. Yes, you do. You got a prescription. Yep, you sure do. You got your fancy thing here and there. Well, now you can go, yes, now you can go to the store because you got a prescription. You got some kind of place to go. You got to put your cards in that purse and, well, take your well with you because it's not going to be well, no. A great war is just around the corner. Poland is the target. Well, I just showed you the target.
No.
I did. There's the target right there. It's your mind. It says center spot. Yes, no, maybe.
It's the polar land.
Okay, so that's what's going on there. Let's see what else Lewis has here. I don't know, because you can't go by just title alone. No, you can't.
Or is it Poe? Poe.
Please share the video. He's got free Bibles if you need one for yourself or your children, but I don't know if that's going to help you because nobody's reading it anyway. Well, it really doesn't get you where we're going. It just takes you to the, well, to that.
Want to contribute to the channel, once again, the PayPal link and the Patreon link is in the description box. Those are guys, $1 a month Patreon will get you access to our live stream every Sunday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Those are guys that posted videos today. Those link will be in the comments box. For those of you that want to send us letters and prayer requests, you can send it to me over Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. This is where we are right now, guys. Military draft. That's what's going on. They're getting young ones prepared to put on the camouflage. We have tons of videos that's about to come out, guys. This is my first one so far. I've been doing a couple of things, guys, and a lot of stuff. If you can, please pray for my to 30 years old can thus be called up for military service. I do believe it's going to happen here eventually. It's going to happen here. Alright? Once Article 5 is activated with any teal goes in Ukraine, I guarantee it's going to happen here. But the problem is, the Sleeping Giant citizens are not going to fight for the Sleeping Giant country. They're going to be telling you to put on the camouflage so you can be shipped to Ukraine so you can get to fight the bear soldiers. When that day comes, head to the mountains. So the law will come into force to January 1st, 2024. So this law was written for a big war. A general organization, and this already is a big war. Deputy Andre said it means they are training the percentage of people for war. The bear knows what is coming in training their people for it. Alright, so this is where we are right now, guys. We're gonna go with just 24/7 because there's a lot more information. So once again, Duma has passed draft laws. Now, Duma is basically like the house. Here in the Sleeping Giant, the house of the Senate. Right, so the Duma has passed draft law. We are putting in the work for general conscription. A great war is just around the corner. Poland is the bear prepares. By the way, the next video is going to be a lot bigger. Poland is on high alert, very, very high alert right now, guys. So things about to hit the fan pretty soon. So you better stop prepping spiritually, physically, and mentally. Alright, so we have, again, this person, Andre. It's the same one who revealed a few days ago that Ragnar's target in Belarus is the Slovaki corridor. Does he know something? If the bear capital is preparing general conscription, then the goal is the unification of the bear world. Kaliningrad, Transnistria, Odessa, etc., etc. Alright, so once again, it's like the house. They said package of amendments for conscription. In more detail, in today's plenary, the deputies of lower house of the Federal Assembly of the Bear approved in a third final reading the next package of amendments regarding the enlistment of both conscripts and reservists in the ranks of the armed forces of the Bear Federation. The State Duma of the Bear Federation has approved a bill raised to upper age limit for military service from 27 to 30 years as of January 1st, 2024. Give me a second here, guys. I gotta fix this. Citizens aged 18 to 30 will be called up for military service. Citizens who turn 27 by the end of 2023 remain in the reserve and will not be drafted in 2024. The State Duma of the Bear Federation said in a statement on the official Telegram channel of the lower house of the Bear Parliament. The draft law significantly expands the possibilities of military commissions in the choice of methods of service, of call-up notices, even introducing the notification nature of call-up notice. Alright, so now calls can be sent to citizens' place of work or study or registered mail to the place of registration. In addition, the Bear Citizens is considering to have been notified of the need. Give me a second here, guys. Alright, so the need by registered mail to place of registration. In addition, the Bear Citizen is considered to be notified of the need to appear at the military registration and conscription office
your brain,
register.
your peanuts, your safety glasses,
The big word.
the
Know
energy.
something is coming. They know something is coming.
So the energy is coming this way or this way, depending on how you stand. And so we'll say this is.
should be a Red Alerts.
Well,
Red
this is
alert!
Problem is that Sleeping Giant citizens think that everything is fine, everything is okay. Don't need to worry, Louis.
What difference does it make at this
Go
point?
out and have fun.
Right?
That's what you get back towards that
They
thing.
follow the map.
So, plus we do have some breaking news updates. Cuba has opened the door to the air to bring their missile. Back in 1960s. Look out. Look out. Go and watch little Barbies. I'd rather just stay in the World Guard. At the same time, measures are being increased for soldiers who do not appear at the military office on the day after the service notification of the summons in one of the above ways or registration in an electronic register, as well as personnel
Electronic register.
military commissioners transmits data to the citizen subject to
Transmit
description
data.
to local agency of the Ministry of Internal Affairs.
what do you know? So it comes out.
Just a few things. You can become your own man. Yes, you heard that right. Just imagine what that means. No more stress about banks falling like dominoes and your assets getting
See, they're talking, nobody's listening.
be forced to use the government CBDC table to own you and
Data transmitted.
best hedge funds in the world.
Oh yeah, it's just a computer. It's just information that they need to transfer.
The world's billionaires.
Right.
To multiply your
You trust that?
only 0.02% of the world's population.
Come on, you all know.
So for
You can't trust
name is
that.
Tim. I hold a CFA level 3, which is the highest investment certification. I
Come
passed it at
now.
age 23.
Tom.
To this date, I'm still
Grow up.
It's
One's free here.
and I'm leaving the country.
Oh, you can get a library card for free.
the
Yeah.
invasion of the body snatchers, Gina Marie Hill, Colvin Calvin, the biological entity. The term cloning
Oh, great.
researchers have. That's what I see on the screen. Get out of the banks! Says Jay Bravo.
Oh
2
no.
hours ago, it's a fire, but it's always fire over there. He likes fire. He likes the line. He watches the lines. He trades up. He shuffles rocks. He shuffles rocks everywhere.
Yes, he does. He likes to swing.
Nostradamus comment.
Hello there.
Guys, yeah, we went like 30 minutes into a video and then
Comment.
just collapsed. So here we are, going again. One thing Steve is doing, starting to do is Patreon again. Patreon will have unique videos going up. On our
Comcast.
and
Comment.
story to it. There's so much going on. We were talking about the Russian strike right close to pretty much right on the Romanian border. Well, the Romanian merchant vessel was damaged during the Russian drone
Community.
strike. Already 150 feet
One.
from the border. Romania,
Speak.
of course, Romania is a NATO member. Russian jet fighter damaged U.S. drone over Syria as well. This is again another area where you can have direct confrontation officially occurring.
Keisha.
Of course, you know, there are
I heard cereal.
fighters that have been fighting Russian
Cat ion.
as well.
An ion. So it's a communication. It's one communication, right? From the cat ion. The cat comes from this side of the mind. So it's a communication from the world that we're going to jump to. So they're speaking to you through communication while we send out little flares. We like green asteroids. We like the color green. But those come down to communication. It's the cat ion. The cat eye. You know how the cat sees, right? It sees, well, different than you. It sure does. It's got cat eyes. It's got cat vision. It's got catitude. It sure does. And so it lives in the M, and the dog, well, it lives in the W, or no, it lives in the M and the W. Well, because an M is a W and a W is an N. And the only time it's not a W or an M is when it's an E. It is. M, W, E, oops, E. 3. It's all the same. It's the seagull, right? The sea, right? That which is vision. The goal. That which you squeezed into my mouth on the cross, yes? And so the goal of it all. Alright, and then so you've got the G. Yes, and that's well, that's some kind of diving board. It is. That's some kind of, well, that's some kind of nightmare, isn't it? You don't want to ever go off a diving board where you don't know where you're going. So you got a G here, and you got a G here. You sure do. What do you got? You got 2 B's. Well, you got 2 halves of your brain. You sure do. And well, what do they want to do? Because this is a crossing point. You're supposed to jump here, right? This is the bridge of your nose, right? Your third eye is right here in this beautiful spot. It is. And this is one of your eyes, and this is, well, that's one of your eyes. And well, one brain's always lopsided, and so this becomes the nose, and this becomes the mouth. Yes, okay. So, and then that becomes your B. That's a B. You have a B. Yes, a B. Well, maybe I should have put the B on the other side. Oh, well, it can work on either side. It can. Because then that makes the H, and that's why H is infinite, because it takes care of the figure 8 here, right? It does. And so you either have a mouth here, or a butt here, or a third eye here, and it depends on which way you're standing in the crossing. Okay? KO. Now the R is interesting. It is the R,
And at the same time,
the giant R. Well, that is the flux capacitor. That is the spot. Well, that is the spot there, right? And well, you're like this, and you're a cigarette who's burning out over time, and you just erase as you go. But you have generations. You're living this way, and they're living this way. Oh, you can't see nothing. Okay, and so you guys are crossing time. This is 1/2 of the Earth. This is Earth here, and the Earth here, and you're here, and here, and here, and here, and here. But for you, they're up here, and you're down here somewhere, right? Left, left, left. And so we're trying to cross. We're crossing this DNA. We're going this direction here, because there's always here. Because all the DNAs, every X becomes a new time zone. It becomes a new place to live between the pizza slices. And so these continue onward and outward forever and ever.
so much here.
So you can have your own world too, but this one's mine.
There's an invasion of Europe, which goes through Turkey, Greece,
I mean, there's no other way to say it, is there? Huh? How else do you say it? And then they have to explain this stuff to their people. And so maybe it'll scratch in their heads a little bit and they can see. But my people like sloppy stuff, so that's good. I like that. I'm glad you like sloppy stuff.
No, it's like this. How do you teach someone how to own their own?
Oh, I'm done with these two. Yeah, I'm done with it right now. Thank you for your
But how do you
commentary,
teach
guys.
someone to go? How do you teach someone to guide their own birds?
Well, this isn't school. This isn't.
You have to claim it yourself, right?
We're not. This is going to take a couple of lifetimes for them, and so, but they have to get here so they don't end up as a sand dollar.
Most of it, you're teaching the ones who want.
Well, because people want to know why they have to follow something or why they should follow something, and while nobody has ever said any of the things that I'm saying, and well, a few have come close, but it wasn't time anyway. So there's no reason to rush, right? But I know where the time is. I know where the clock is. And, well, it's time to get going a little bit faster. It is. But you don't have to know this. You have to get rid of the fear, and that's why the war and the draft, because, well, that scares people. The thought of holding a gun, that's just terrifying. And, well, we don't kill each other. That's not us. That's something else. That's some kind of cancer that does that. And, well, if they force you to do that, well, you still have the ability to put down the gun. Now, they might put a bullet in your head for putting the gun down, but, well, that's on them and not you. And you were just released from the body. And, well, it's tragic because your connection into this world has been severed momentarily. You can jump right back in because, well, yes and no, right? Because the body has to disintegrate because you're still kind of connected to that. But you're free from the body. But so you take time to fix your tragedies and all that in your mind. But you can there's things that you can jump into while the body is deciding what it's going to do, how it's going to dissolve itself. I propose that it's probably better that the body is well taken care of, so that way you can turn to ash, because the ash is what's free. And if there's any remnants of your body still remaining, well then there's your spirit still remains in there. Well, those spirits that are connected to you, because you became one body, and to separate from the body, you just jumped out of your cocoon, your third eye. You jumped out of your heart. Because you control everything from your heart. Your heart controls the entire body. But other places can take control. And so you have to be careful with that. You have to make your own internal decisions. You're your own God. You're your own creator. But you live inside the creation. And then inside of every creation, well, the creator is inside that creation with you. But he visits from time to time. And most of the time he doesn't say too much, or he just stands on a street corner. And he only comes out during these beginnings and endings of time. Because he works the beginning and the end, both ends of the line, and then there's a couple of spots in the middle where he comes and says hello, and to see if you're still coming along or for later on, right? Because there's strike one, strike two, strike three. There's 3 seasons, and then there's winter, and winter is coming. And while we can jump winter, some of you can jump winter, but we have to turn the. If your toilet should be starting to flush in the opposite direction. Now, they should be flushing up here in the northern hemisphere. They should be flushing towards the counterclockwise, and down below they should be going clockwise now. And it used to be clockwise up here and counterclockwise down there. And well, that just changes on its own depending on its flow. And it's starting, it's beginning, and well, that's important. That's why the Gulf of Mexico is heated up, because the polarity of the water is starting to shift, and that means the Mississippi will run towards the Great Lakes, and well, those might become some kind of ocean. Yeah, not fresh anymore, because we're done with the heart, right? I grew up in the heart. I completed my mission as the heart, and so now I'm moving from that cocoon, from that shell, like I did from Jerusalem, right? That was just a mother's womb. And so once I left there was no reason for any more rivers or waters, because she's dry. She'll open those up again when she has birth again. But this world doesn't get that. This world gets consumed, because we're at strike 3, and we have to get to home plate, which is 4. I think I'm pretty much done. I mean, because I can go on. There's no end to it. And, okay, so when you get to the other side, well, you'll learn over there. Those people are professionals, and they have all their shit together. They sure do. And, well, they're going to remind me of some things I've forgotten as well, because, well, I'm in this simple body, and this simple body's had quite a few bangs to the head. Yes, it has. And so it's getting into focus, but you guys have done quite a job in this world. And this poor fellow over here, well, he's taken all the brunt. He's consumed every single sin. And so this body is running pretty rough. It really is. But we got it handled. And we appreciate your concerns and your love. All right, we're done, aren't we? We're done, yeah, because I'm But I'm full of love and full of vigor, and I don't need speed. I got everything else. And I can get any body I want. And this is the one I chose. Because I like it that way. I hope this is the new one. It doesn't matter. Alright, baby love. It's getting dark out there. The light is coming up over the horizon. Look to the west because you'll find what you desire, but you better run from the fires because that means the polarity's coming with it. It sure is. And when the Bambis and the deers and the bears run into your cities, well, you better keep following them out the other end. And if you get to the water, you better jump in a boat, and eventually you'll see some great giant green shining light. Well, that's your heaven above. It's not those spaceships. It's not those green and glowing gray-skinned cyborg men. It's not that. Don't get on those ships. That's the harvest. They come for those who aren't going to change their ways and who desire to leave. They know that they're going to be sucked up by the Hoover, so they're going to refill their freezer. You don't want to be in their freezer because they're going to load you up just like you do the tuna fish, and they're going to can you right as soon as you enter the vessel. So don't do that. That's not a good idea. Oh, we're ending the show. So we're ending the show. Good day, good night, good love. We love you all. Happy kisses and good night wishes. Yeah, well, good day, because the day is coming from above. We love you all. Take care.